Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to another Fox AAA tutorials. So, as I was saying, we finally made it so we connect each other, and we're able to see each other's movement somewhat. Now, state synchronization, what is that? It's pretty much making one side be the same as the other side. Whatever's going on in the server, same thing the client, or whatever other client. So, making sure that both players is doing the same thing. If I click on the player ship, I have the network view attached, and this is what is pretty much mainly used for doing synchronization back and forth. First of all, there's the different kind of messages being sent. State synchronization, meaning as reliable delta compressed or unreliable. And mainly, in major terms, people call it reliable will be saying TCP, unreliable saying UDP. The difference between reliable and unreliable, reliable saying TCP, the messages are being sent and the same orders being received is they're being done, so they're always sent. Unreliable are the fastest one type of messages, but they don't always reach the other side. Yes, it seems kind of bad, but it's sometimes actually pretty good because it's super fast. So unreliable people will use it for movements. And reliable will be something like for just showing animations and stuff like that. In this case, for now, it's going to be set to reliable. In here, when Unity is going to be synchronizing, we use serialized network view, and we do RCP messages. So we're mainly going to be using RCP messages. The serialized network view is going to be done by a script that later on I'm going to provide for you guys. In here, right now, network view is saying observed. It's actually the transform of the ship. Pretty much only the transform is what's being sent back and forth. You can actually do more than one network view on a game object. So in this case, we're going to actually do more. So we're going to do component. We're going to do miscellaneous. We're going to do network view again. So for this second one, we're going to actually do like this. Click on the name RigidBody and drag that in there. So now the RigidBody is actually going to be synchronized. So when you see it moving, the actual movement of the ship will look a little bit more smoother. This is how you will do too for doing animations. So if you have an animation component, you will drag that in. And if we have a script that does unserialized network view, we drag the script in here. If you just do the network view like this and drag it in there like that, it's going to be looking for something called unserialized network view. Since we don't have that script, we're just going to do network view, the RigidBody. So I'm going to go ahead, roll and run, and then you'll see the movement is a little bit more smoother than it's supposed to be. Because the only thing we're using that's related to transforming here is just rotating the ship around. But the actual movement is done by RigidBody. So go ahead and in here, hit connect. And you will see that see, it doesn't look as laggy anymore. So it's more in sync with each other. It's more in sync. Okay, now we're gonna start working with our thrusters, making the thrusters show up how it's supposed to. So we need to add another network view again. Now when you're doing RCP message, or I meant to say RPC messages, it just means the remote person saying the client, not the server, is the one that's shooting the messages. It's kind of weird to explain it, but anyhow, just go ahead, add another network view. So we're gonna add again the network view on it, and this last network view. So we got three. One for sending the transform, which is the rotation, so it looks smoother. One for sending the RigidBody, so it looks it looks smoother too. The movement, and then the last one is going to be for RPC messages. In here, we want the state synchronization off, and for observe, just go ahead and click on none. You have to have it like this, or the RPC messages won't work. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to start messing around with the move script to actually just show the thrusters on the other side correctly. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.